Good evening, everyone. It's my immense pleasure and proud privilege to introduce Professor Balchandra Adkoli, sir, on this day, 13th May 2023, when he receives his Lifetime Achievement Award for his contribution to medical education and when he is delivering Dr. Rita Sood Memorial Oration. Thank you so much for the opportunity, sir. I'm humbled. I think sir doesn't need introduction. Everyone knows him very well, that he's a very smiling person and a very helpful person to everyone. Professionally, sir has worked as research officer in the Goa Education Board from 78 to 85 and later joined in the assistant professor in JIPMER from 85 to 91 when he was also associated with the NTTC. And he joined as medical educationist in the AIIMS New Delhi and served there from 91 to 2012, after which he has left to Saudi Arabia and worked there for 2 years. And sir was the former director of the Center for Health Professions Education at Balaji Vidyapith from 2015 to 22. I was fortunate to be associated as a deputy director for these 7 years and learned maximum from him. Currently, he is an accredited educator for the Advanced Trauma Life Support ATLS India Instructor course, and he is also the advisor for Medical Education Unit India. As far as his major achievements, he has been a resource person for more than 100 workshops for medical teachers in India as well as in South Asia. And sir is a short-term consultant to WHO CRO, and he has published more than 100 papers, including books, chapters, and papers. And I think everyone must be now aware of the recent publication of his books on communication skills and research. So he has also achieved in the social activities as past chairman of the Cultural Committee of Delhi Karnataka Sangha, and spiritually he is a member of the Satya Sai organization. And his areas of expertise include he provides career guidance in medical education and health professions education, and he serves as a motivation for literary, cultural, and spiritual activities. So I feel over the 7 years of working together with sir, I have felt that he always had the best thing to balance between profession, his family, and the spiritual activities. And he has never lost his inner peace. So I feel he is the most apt person, and he has chosen this apt topic to deliver this oration on I Want Peace. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shiva. Can I share the screen?
Yes, sir.
Just
you have to enable me.
yes, enabled.
Okay, my screen has come.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
First of all, thanks, Shiva, for the nice introduction. It always feels good. Somebody always blows your beyond the proportion. And it is good to hear, but not to believe. The topic of today's topic is I Want Peace. You must be surprising that Adkoli is going to talk about spirituality. Let me give you the background of this topic. Definitely, I am a mentee of Satya Sai Baba, and he has mentored so many people, and he used to give interview. Once a devotee met him and asked, Swami, I have got money, I have got wealth, I have got position, power, everything, but I don't have peace. So can you give me some formula to have peace? Then Baba told him just one sentence. You want peace? It's simple. But you remove I. Then you remove want. What remains is peace. But removing I, ego, is not that easy. Removing want is the desires. Desires are the motivators. They are the elixirs of life. How you can avoid. It's extremely challenging. So what we can do is perhaps I can be substituted by we, and want can be substituted by give, the process of giving, which gives you joy and which can ultimately bring peace. So the journey into medical education for the last 40 years has been a journey together. In fact, I would recall that my first posting in JIPMER Pondicherry is completely a different change from my earlier profession of botany and education. So it is a kind of a journey. And the first station in this journey is Jipmer Pondicherry, 1985. And departure 1991. That is for 6 years I was here. I am going to show you the picture of NTTC Jipmer, the 20th national course. I joined in 85. When I joined, already it was 18th course. I was welcome. The field was new. I had no absolutely clue about what is this NTTC, what is medical education. But luckily for me, Dr. D.K. Srinivasa and the whole team of NTTC faculty supported me, handheld me, coached me, and they put me into the shoes of medical education technology or faculty development. I must say the NTTC course, if you see here the dates, 17 to 26, 9 full days of interaction. Highly interactive within the classrooms and beyond the classrooms. And evening, in Jipmer campus, there was a guest house when the faculty and the participants met. It was a lot of bonhomie and social activities. And attitudinal changes, because NTTC courses, the idea was not to just give pedagogical jargon, but to change the attitude of the persons. And I can vouch for myself, so many people who attended NTTC, they called it an eye-opener. They made a network of connections afterwards, and they became the part of the whole scheme of medical education development, faculty development in India in later years. And also orientation of medical education research, though pedagogy was the basis, medical education research came in a small form of projects. Each participant was supposed to pick up a project and develop and implement in his place. So it did not happen very rigorously. It started the process. So I must be thankful. This is the first team which I worked with, NTTC Jipmer, especially you can see a lot of people here. Dr. Samir Mitra was the in charge during that time. And you will see Dr. Sethuraman, Dr. Anantakrishnan, who again rejoined in Balaji Vidyapit. You can see Dr. Veleth, Dr. Tombre, besides Dr. Srinivas besides me. And you see the picture, usually in a decorum, faculty will sit in the front row. You can see here, the faculty is just mixed with the participants. So that is the spirit of NTTC, which I gained for the first time. And that was the starting of the team spirit. I must mention about one workshop. It is not just pedagogy and medical education. Dr. Opi Bhargava, he had the vision of including areas like management and leadership into medical education. So he organized a workshop for the deans and principals on management techniques. And the collaborators, School of Management Pondicherry, and also Tata Institute of Social Science, which is a very reputed old organization. Dr. Nirmala Murthy from that institute, she came and we enjoyed interaction with such stalwarts. And this workshop was again a very eye-opener for us. So to say, now we are thinking of the basic courses for the faculty. And during that time, they had envisioned that only faculty will not do. You have to motivate, you have to orient, you have to train the leaders who are the main persons. So that vision was the contribution of NTTC Jipmer. Coming to the next station, 91. I must tell you that it is not what the person does. It is the person where he is placed, when he is placed. This is the background. So I was lucky to be part of this NTTC, which gave a smooth transition to AIMS in the year 1991 through the dynamic director of AIMS, Dr. Sneha Bhargava. She came to Pondicherry. She attended it was NTTC alumni workshop. She told, I want this guy to be quoted in AIMS. So she created a port for me. And that is how I was able to make entry into AIMS, the so-called the premier institute of the country, for a very long time of about 24 hours. And Dr. Rita obviously was my partner right from the beginning. And I can say it was just like a relationship, while driving the car, but the coach becomes important. So I was like a coach sitting at the side. But as the time advanced, She said, Adkoli Sahab, you relax, you sit at the back, I will drive. So that was the kind of relationship which we had for a long time in AIMS. I will talk very few things about AIMS, then I will take you to different stories of consortium. Because my story of 40 years, you can say it is a story of faculty development in India. KLV Center came to establish in 1991. The Vice President of India, Narayanan, he inaugurated this center. And it was a collaborative project. AIMS, it was tripartite. AIMS, British Council, ODA, and the New Zealand government. New Zealand government, they gave a very beautiful studio infrastructure. British Council, they agreed for the training of the staff. Which staff? But a batch of faculty members, 23 young faculty members from AIMS, including, Vinod Paul, Rita, so all these people were there. Then they thought that only sensitization of faculty will not do. HODs should be trained. So all the HODs of AIMS were taken again to Dundee for training. Then they said, okay, HOD is trained, faculty is trained, what about supporting staff? So my number also came as a supporting staff at the education at the media center. We also went to Dundee. Some people criticize it's a Dundee march, because everyone is going to Dundee to gain expertise. So there was some kind of observation, but I must tell you, the idea behind this was for bringing change, you require a snowballing effect. You require everyone to participate. And that is how the AIMS got success in establishing this center for a long time. The focus was on faculty development, in-house media, research and dissemination. I don't think CIMET did much about it. But the way in which the consortium developed, we could share, we could disseminate information. And the leaders of medical education at AIMS, I must remember today the vision of Dr. V. Ramalinga Swami, the exceptionally efficient administrator who had the vision. He was talking about social biologists during that time. And he was thinking of a center of excellence in medical education. That is how he entered into collaboration with the University of Illinois, Chicago, which is the highest developed center during that time. And he had collaboration with them after an international conference. That is how he told the Sneha Bhargava, she was a very dynamic lady. She was given in charge of establishing center. And Usha Nair, the next person whom I have to remember, in fact, I should remember every day. She is the one who received me, coached me with what you call love and affection, and give me what you call existence in AIMS. Otherwise, I would have lost. The position. I'm a non-medical person entering into a premier institute. So it's a lot of challenges were there. Because of Usha Nair, then later Kusum Verma, Rita Sood, Vinod Paul, O.P. Karbanda, and Dr. Deepak. Each one had a different shades of character, in fact. Usha Nair, I would say, commitment and dynamism. Kusum Verma, very meticulous planner and disciplined. Rita Sood, a good leader. And again, Vinod Paul, a very dynamic person who was thinking of a broader vision to medical education. That is how he went to Niti Aayog. O.P. Karbanda is again a dentist by profession, but with a very good exposure and expertise in medical education. And Dr. Deepak. I must thank all these people who have really given me a position and the status in AIMS. Now, I must tell you a side story of Indian Consortium. Indian Consortium started with 1987. In first stage, it went into 3 phases. The whole focus is called inquiry-driven strategies. What is the meaning of inquiry-driven? To bring change, first you must assess the need. You must know it's not just the expert committee appointed by the commission or a government. Here, the teachers are important. They have to assess the needs. So the kind of inquiry, it encompasses OPD, prevalence, inpatient statistics, patient's perception, graduates' perception, interns' perception, faculty perception, and employers' perception. We put together, we collected data for at least 2 years, full data collection by 4 institutes, not 1 institute, remember, using common protocol. So the first phase, it was JIPMER, AIMS, CMC Vellore, and Institute of Medical Science, BHU. See the vision of these people. AIMS was picked up because of the primary medical institute. JIPMER was picked up, it was a central government. CMC with a different flavor of private, and IMS BHU with a different combination of position.
Central University.
Central University. Thank you, sir.
And AIMS,
So that is how.
1 second. AIMS is out of MCI.
Yeah. So the 4 institutions together worked out a strategy of bringing change. And first phase was all inquiry. And in this picture, you will see, this is Dr. Usha Nair, this is Dr. Sneha Bhargav, who usually she used to wear sari. Here it was Varanasi. During second phase, we had twinning mechanism, but this happened, I think, during first phase itself, Dr. DK sir.
Yes,
Isn't it? First phase. Mohan Garg, you can see, Abram Joseph is there, and of course DK sir is shining here, and there is Michael Seifeld from DME, Illinois, and here also.
all
I think
4 institutions. All
yes.
4 institutions are there.
You will see Brian De Monte and also Dr. Vele. It was a very lot of fun and also enjoyment in working together in a scenario of Varanasi. This was the workshop from Varanasi. So that was the beauty of this consortium. Second phase, training mechanism, and 4 more institutions came into the picture. GRMC Gwalior, SCB Cuttack, Siddhartha Vijayawada, and St. John's Bangalore. So they became 8 institutes.
No, Adkoli. It was not St. John's. It was KMC. It was Avinash Supa's Institute at Bombay. That was the first. Second.
GSMC Mumbai.
Yes.
Okay.
Mumbai.
Okay.
And,
I think so. St. John's came into the picture third phase.
St. John's came in the second round.
Second phase, yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about second phase.
Yes.
Then 8 institutions became 16 in the third phase.
Yes.
So that is the beauty of it. And a national conference was held involving all the 8 institutions in which the presentations were made. And the deliberations of this are inquiry-driven strategies. 2 books we got, actually, Green Book and the Red Book. I'm focusing only on the Red Book because Red Book is the compilation of the whole curriculum document. This curriculum document contained all the statement of objectives, list of essential skills, and curriculum into must know and good to know. We use that term, must know and good to know. And 13 integrated modules besides behavioral science and ethics. Now you know what we are talking about CBME, we are talking about ETCOM and everything. This all is the fallout of the work which has gone behind during this consortium stage. And the report of the consortium was submitted to MCI. And so it is very coincident that 1997 curriculum came as a result of the polished work of the collective strength of this consortium, which was a very successful experiment. And where did we fail? We failed because it was a double-edged project. The funding was over. That is the lesson which you have to learn. Any project which is funded by external funds will lose its importance. So we have to think in terms of sustainability, which I will come to later as we continue later. So this is the story of consortium. Coming back to CIMET, CIMET had the 4 wings. One is curriculum reform. Second is the faculty development, a lot of workshops. Media services, research and dissemination. Media services also we had, in fact, when I was made in charge of the media services, I had absolutely no idea. But a team, especially I must tell about Yogesh Kumar. Yogesh Kumar joined me. He had a lot of experience and expertise from IGNOU. He came from IGNOU actually. So we were easily able to articulate the media requirements of AIMS in terms of photography, videography, printing press, and the poster designing. Most of the AIMS posters, whenever we went to abroad, they used to bring best poster award. So this center very silently played a key role in media services and workshops. As I know, as I told you, there are a lot of workshops and activities. So I have no time to explain about how much I am grateful to the people, but I have just listed Yogesh Kumar, my backbone. Both of us together were the backbone of Rita Sud. Raghu Kumar from the computer facility. YK Gupta from examination section, he was the in charge. So he was able to give us from evaluation and assessment point of view. Dr. Kameshwar Prasad inducted me into the INCLIN, clinical epidemiology. He was the in charge. So we collaborated and we connected a lot of workshops together. Nalini Mehta is a Jipper product. In Jipman, he was a kind of a naughty boy. In NTTC courses, he used to be a critic of so many stalwarts in teachers who attended, and they used to be clean board. So he had that critical mind. And colleague, Nalin became our colleague in AIMS, and we ran so many workshops together. So I am grateful to Nalin. Manju was, she's a nursing college principal. She had a lot, we collaborated. I used to teach nursing students also. So she gave me a lot of support in CMET. Nibriti Das, she's a biochemistry, but she worked in PBL. She also had an assignment with Brian in Nepal. So she brought the successful experience of PBL to AIMS, and we published it together. Kotwal is orthopedician. Dr. Pandav, community medicine. After Alamnath, he took over, and he worked a lot of things in iodine, actually, that was his field. But what his connection is that he gave us his PGs to conduct critical appraisal seminars for his residents. So I am thankful to him, because he gave me the students for taking up some new idea of critical appraisal of papers. Dr. Sharif is an anatomist, but he brought a lot of technology into, he was a man of technology to reckon with. So with him, we had very pleasant collaboration. Piyush Sahni collaboration is, you know that NMJ is rooted in AIMS. And Piyush Sahni, after K.S. Reddy, he is the anchor of NMJ. He supported this. I have seen him working for NMJ up to 9 o'clock in the evening, he used to go. And he initiated a work with us, that is scientific writing. He will write paper writing, but it's about scientific writing. So a lot of workshops on scientific writing, thanks to Piyush Sahni, and he took lead in it. We gave support. Ashok Ratan, I must mention, because he's the one microbiologist bringing what you call integrated teaching. Out of the 13 integrated modules, one of the modules was tuberculosis, wherein 40 hours of teaching were reduced to 27 hours. 8 departments work together. It's a beautiful experiment of integration. That kind of thing must really happen when we are thinking of integration of the new curriculum. Perhaps we are running too short of time. We are in a hurry, so we are introducing reforms without proper implementation. So thanks to Ashok Ratan. Sunita Mattal, she is a gynecologist. She took me to Foxy. Foxy is again a very big organization to reckon with. And she introduced me. We conducted a lot of programs, even in states like Andhra Pradesh. We went there and conducted workshops. Manju Mehta is a clinical psychologist. Again, same wavelength of extending, the hardcore medical science into psychological aspects, psychosocial aspects, and wellness aspects. Bijlan is again an icon of what you call motivation for me, because he is the one, being a physiologist, he took to yoga, integrated approach, and spirituality. So Bijlani, I must remember, he is like a giant in this field. Maybe after Deepak Chopra, he is one person leader, and I have learned a lot. Ashok Devrari, next to Vinod Paul and Ashok Devrari, they are both like frequent visitors to CMET. They are our collaborators. Devrari also did newborn apps, and in this study he collaborated qualitative study, and it was Adkoli you teach, you handle this qualitative data analysis, interview and everything. We want to establish the efficacy of our module apps. So I am very grateful to him, and our paper is very well appreciated. Nihar Biswas, again, old timer in AIMS. Also, he is a pharmacologist, but now I am happy that another connection which we had in Nepal. In Nepal, he was the officer in charge of the BP Correll Institute. And there, in fact, not only he, I could visit it, he grabbed a number of faculty from AIMS, also JIPMER, also to work for a short time in BP Correll Institute. That was an international exposure. I can't forget Ved Prakash Mishra ji. He's an icon. I always, sir, I used to tell him, sir, you are a gifted speaker. We are lifted speakers. So that is the beauty of Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra. A pakka orator skill and excellent dynamic person, institution builder. Datta Mege, he is the Brahma of Datta Mege. And for India also his contribution has to be remembered. Raja Bandaranaike is another person I interacted in Sri Lanka. Raja was a part of the evaluation team of World Bank, and he inducted me into this World Bank project, and I am thankful to him, to Raja. He's one of the eminent medical educationists. Vinay Kumar, again, pathologist par excellence, known for his contribution to pathology, his book, and again, a highly motivating person. Shakti Gupta Hospital Administration gave us a chance. We think of faculty development. He told Adkoli Sahab, I have got 1,000 staff members to be trained. So what you can do? We conducted a workshop for the Group D staff because they wanted the qualification to be promoted. And I will tell you, this was one of the best experience which I had of interacting with Group D staff, talking about them communication, talking about them what is the value of AIMS and what is the duties which they have to perform, hygiene, security, and so many skills. We used to call it, you are the border security force of AIMS. So that is how we used to motivate them. Thankful to Shakti. Rashmi was, again, FAMER collaboration. I will come to FAMER a little later. But we had links even, I think, before AIMS. So I think Rashmi, as a physiologist, we had some connection. Kavita Narayan, she is from PHFI. She inducted me into the project called National Initiative for Allied Health Science. In India, the councils have done much work, but this Council of Allied Sciences has not picked up in India. And she took initiative along with Dr. Srinath Reddy, you will see here the president of the PHFI, and also Sanjay Jodhpe. And they came out with a working document of compiling about 64 allied sciences subjects, and they prepared a blueprint for the allied health sciences subjects. I am very thankful to. Payal Bansal is again FAMER, plus she continues, our association continued even up to last year, even now. So I must tell that. I must tell one thing about Palita Abekun, good friend of many of us, including Dr. DKS. Palita, he never used to attend the conference inside room. He always used to be outside. And whenever he used to meet a person, he told, Doctor, what is your specialty? He tells, okay, I'm a pharmacologist. Okay, I will introduce you to this person who will be very helpful to you. So he will note down the number and he will send telephone number, and he will see that both people tie up and network each other. That was the beauty of Palita. And Palita was great support to us in consortium project because funding also is very important. And he was kind of a liaising with the WHO authorities. J. Vikramaraja is an eminent, he's an academician. He is the one who had done 2 PhD. So his passion for him is PBL. Always he is breathing PBL. So he was useful to us, and he was very helpful in at least trying PBL in AIMS in whatever way it is there. I don't want to call it as a PBL. It is, you can call it as a case-based learning or problem-solving exercises. So whatever term you can give. So not the authentic PBL, but PBL in different avatar. Dentistry. Dr. O.P. Karbanda, right from the beginning, he was part of the CMET, and he took us to Dental Council. This was the first national conference in dentistry, which 9 specialties of dentistry all came to AIMS. And I was very lucky to meet Dr. Anil Kohli during that time. He was the president. He told Dr. Saab, aap log education ho. You have to give us idea, because we have got different systems of assessment. We don't know much about the streamlining of the media. So we want to bring all the specialists together. So that was the first attempt by the Dental Council to make a structured curriculum for dentistry. And I must thank Dr. O.P. Karvanda for that. CMET, I am showing you 2 pictures. One picture wherein you will see Dr. Usha, Dr. Rita Sood taking a picture. She's in a very happy mood. Yogesh is laughing. Sandhya, our nursing specialty, and myself, we are in a very relaxed mood. And for Rita, faculty development and CMET was a passion. And this passion continued till her last minutes of life. And in this picture, you will see her in wheelchair. Tilak did not permit her to continue. Her life was cut short, but I must appreciate the kind of passion which you had for medical education. And the NCME 2007, I must say, is the starting point for so many developments. NCME, afterwards we called it NCHB, because we wanted to give a broad-based health professional education. So NCME became NCHPE. And year after year, now we have a very streamlined, structured NCHPE rolling on every year. And Academy of Health Professions Education, this was the another follow. And all this was possible because of the catalytic role played by FAMER. And also one person, that is MU India, Sanjay Pedi. Sanjay Pedi built on his own strength a network of people. He said, here is a free platform. Of course, he charges money for the courses, that is a different issue, but the forum is free. And he could bring a lot of people, experts, and cater to the requirement of the people who are deprived of training in medical education. Even they cannot attend basic course because these are limited. So Sanjay Pedi gave an infinite opportunity for the people for the growth. So that is the work of MU India. And HBE, I must tell you, Avinash Sope, here you will see Vivek Savji and Tejinder Singh is there, and Dr. Pandey. And of course, you will see here William Burdick. Janet Grant. Janet Grant is a very charismatic expert of FAMER, who has tremendous quality of interacting. And I have seen the only person who always responds to your mail within 24 hours. So that kind of dynamism she had. So these people have really contributed a lot. Here is a picture from CMC Ludhiana, because I was more addicted to Tejinder Singh will be very happy to note that. So this team, Tejinder is there, I think Debbie is there. And here Stewart Menin. Stewart Menin is another, we learned a lot from him. He is a stalwart international person, and the way in which you used to take the sessions and different concepts like systems approach or even PBL or whether it's management of change, we learned so many things from him. You will see Rita Sood, Rashmi Vyas, and Payal Bansal. And Dinesh, who was in this background, is the leader. So we have a lot of CMC faculty here. In this conference was held in SAGES. Again, you will see Satyendra from UCMS. Preeti Taiwal is another, he's a contemporary and friend. Uprit and Tejinder, I must remember for their contribution to, medical, what is that? Humanities, medical humanities. He calls it health humanities or medical humanities. And the journal which they started, it's picking up very well, doing excellent quality. People don't know, everybody knows about Thomas Chacko, the leader of community medicine, and Vivek Savji, Payal Bansal, and Vinay Kumar, I have told about him. So this is the group of people who brought oxygen to the working of AHPE, and to see that some of these things, whatever they learned, are percolated down to the medical council through the advanced courses which they have started. Before coming to the next chapter, there is a small twist. I had a 2 years assignment to Saudi Arabia. I must appreciate the help and support which I got from not only Nihar Biswas, Dr. Deepak, who is here, and this was a team from Zazan, it was an international conference, and with so many people like even Harden I met during this conference, and we had a good time in Saudi Arabia. That Indian contingent was well appreciated. They had very high respect to Indians. So that is what I learned from Saudi Arabia. 2 years of posting, not only academic side, but also I could clear my home loan. That is the interesting twist to this assignment. There was another 2 years small assignment, National Health Portal. National Health Portal is the creation of Government of India through NIHFW. And the first director was occupied that chair was none other than Supten Sarvadhikari, who is one of my very close associates. Supten made a team. The beauty of this team was people were from different areas. They were from Ayush. You see from Ayurveda, you see from Unani, you see the picture from yoga, homeopathy. Homeopathy, Mohandas, I can see. So different Ayush streams. Dr. Pandey is there. I learned a lot of ideas about Ayurveda. He taught me the beauty of holistic approach to Indian systems. So I could appreciate the Indian systems are the part, and perhaps they are the way forward also to supplement the modern system of medicine. So India has to go hand in hand with these initiatives. And the beautiful smiling girls who are there sitting, they're all, yet they have done somewhere dental background, public health, like that. Oh, we could teach them how to write content. So I was the content manager. So I could every day coach them, and they were so grateful. They were so dynamic that we could run this National Health Portal very effectively for so many years. Even now the portal is there. I think it is headed by the leadership has changed, that's all. Now the last chapter, third station is Balaji Vidyapit. Sanjay, you tell me how many minutes I have got. That is, how many more minutes I have got?
Sir, you can continue.
10 minutes?
It is 8:41. You have you can continue for 19 minutes.
Okay. Oh, no, 90 minutes, I may require less than that. Because, we have to consider the timing also. So yes, the third station, Balaji Vidyapit. What is the beauty about this station? This brought me an insight into the teamwork which happens in private sector. Because JIPMAR is central government, AIMS is autonomous in a different kind. And switch over to the Balaji Vidyapit brought a new insight, a new learning for me, which I could not, I absolutely no idea. First thing, it was a bonus because it was a reunion of old stalwarts. You can see in this picture, Dr. Sethuraman. Dr. DKS was called for him. He was not he was only our advisor for some time. Anand Krishnan, you can see here. And you see K. Narayanan, community medicine. And you see Dr. Mahalakshmi in this picture. And Dr. Kotur. Dr. Kotur was an old associate. He comes from KLE as the registrar. Then he was the vice chancellor of Devaraja University also. And he joined Balaji in our Hamapet campus. There is a different campus. And it was very happy to interact with Dr. Kotur again. And what we could do in Balaji, I can tell, one is launching of new innovative programs in HP, because according to the regulatory agencies, you can't start a new program, innovative program, which is choice and credit based. CBCS is a system which is accepted by NAC, and it is supposed to be an improvement over the conventional courses because it gives you choice and it is based on a credit system, and a credit transfer is possible. So the world is moving towards credit-based courses. So Balaji was very enthusiastic to start new courses, but they could not have way out in usual MBBS and MD. So they started new centers. One is CHP. Secondly, they started yoga center, CITER. They started music therapy, SIMTER. And one interdisciplinary center was there. So what was done was the centers were made to work in different directions together to bring a new flavor to the university. That is how I can say the magic happened, and Balaji Vidyapit from NAC A, they got A++. I must tell you, it's a kind of a miracle, nothing less than a miracle which happened, and I must be grateful to the leadership of both Dr. Sethuraman and Dr. Parija, who took over from Sethuraman after. Yeah, both of the people have worked very well, and we could start PGDHP. We could start MPhil. Of course, MPhil was later scrapped by the UGC because they did not understand the MPhil of medical education. For them, MPhil is a very superfluous one-year course. So that is why it's not worth it. They said scrapped it. But MHP is a course of different flavor. It brings multidisciplinary, interprofessional flavor, and we could start it. Even Dr. Sethuraman always used to tell the first batch of PGDHP, mostly they were from dental. He used to call them Navaratnas, 9 people who were the gems. So they were the first batch, and if I tell you, every one of this first batch has become leader in their own field, including Dr. Shivashakti, who has introduced me. So we could start MPhil, we could start MHP, and we could also start PhD. The other day there was a discussion. People are asking, where is the PhD possibilities in India? I must tell you, PhD is nothing, not a big game. Any university can start PhD, provided it has the resources, it has the vision, it has the leaders. Mindset is important, because traditionally we think that PhD is not required for clinical development. But now, because of the accreditation, the things are changing. The movement for PhD has started, but I only hope that this rush should not be a gateway for increasing the number of PhDs without quality. That precaution we have to take, because PhD is the highest qualification, and we must see that its sanctity, its quality is maintained. So Balaji gave us the opportunity for going beyond the NMC norms. You set your own norms. And the hunger for research, publication, and IPR. I must tell you, I had absolutely no idea about what is intellectual property right. But in Balaji, they told that as per the NAC index, parameters they have got, publication is very important. Beyond publication, there is patents and copyrights and technology transfer. How many you have done? A growing university has to really work very hard to bring this concept at home. So what Balaji did was, thanks to Dr. Parija, in fact, he started sensitization workshops. Okay, this group, you go and sensitize, you tell them how to get copyright. I don't want to ask how to get. You have to get this much of copyrights allotted for you. So they have to struggle. In India, if you tell that, okay, this is optional, they will not take it seriously. If you tell it is seriously, you must do it somehow, they will find out ways of it. So I am not sure how many copyrights Balaji has got so far, but roughly I think it is more than 300 and maybe 5-6 patents. And I was made the member of the vetting committee of the copyright. So I have to, first of all, I have to learn what is copyright, and I should also have a taste of getting copyright. So in this process, we, Shivashakti and myself, we work together. She tells me that, sir, you have about 21 copyrights. Okay. We work together because we have no exactly, because in some copyright, somebody takes more initiative, somebody takes less initiative. It is all teamwork. So because of the teamwork, we succeeded in getting highest number of copyrights, patents, and also even 1 or 2 technology transfers. And I must tell you, recently Dr. Nihar Biswas took over Balaji University. The Balaji University is a very stage of what you can call, I don't know to call it as a climate, because there is nothing like climate, because there is a room for improvement always. So, but they have worked very hard, and I was just there for this 7 years. So it is not that I have done anything, just I was there. So that is the satisfaction. That is the shift in from I to we. So national conferences, workshops, FADP, faculty development programs, usually we make a lot of effort in conducting national workshops. Logistics are there, enrollment is there, publicity is there. You have to bring resource persons. You have to make it a success. Very challenging job. Dr. Parija told me, Adkoli, I am making you in charge of the faculty development. We have to 21 national programs, 21 national workshops. I could not believe. I was shocked. But then how to do it? We worked together some steps. We made, the logistics were common. A committee will all handle the admission process, enrollment process, even assigning the what you call logistics of accommodation, everything, logistics. And we used to train the faculty because the faculty who were conducting the national courses, they had never conducted national courses. Even some of them may not have attended national courses. So to bring them to that level required a lot of consultation, coaching, and I must tell you, people were so cooperative, they listened to us. They told, yes, sir, we will do. Then how to bring resource persons? It was very challenging. Dr. Parijat, Adkoli, you are working in AIMS, you know so many people. Why don't you invite? In fact, I did that. Even Dr. Sanjay Bedi knows. He also attended one of our workshops. Like that, we used to call the people by giving them, if not by money, by giving them love. We invited them and they were helpful in conducting these workshops. So this is one of the success stories which I can share with you. 20 workshops in 1920 and 21. After that, bad luck would come, the COVID started. When the COVID started, we had to shift it to online workshops. That also we did it. About, I think, 8 workshops were physical, 13 workshops were online, covering about total of 3,000 participants all over the SPB campus. It's not such a small task. This was one of the workshops. As I told you, Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra, we had a very good relation with Datta Mege, because Datta Mege is also like us. They have built the campus, they have come up on their own, and they have developed so many centers of excellence. So that is National Conference on Current Trends. This is MIMECON, Motivation, Inspiration of Millennials Engagement. This was the term coined by Dr. Sethuraman. He was telling that we should think in terms of millennials. Millennials means the graduates who are born after 2000. Their pattern is totally different. They are computer savvy. They like to work, they want to work independently. They want support. So it's a very special breed of students. So our faculty development should be customized to their needs. That is how this workshop came into picture. ICON, this is an authentic learning. These are the different terminologies we are talking about. Right from the objectives we have got, then the outcomes came, then the competencies came, then the interest-able professional activities. This is a matter of jargon. But I would say that it is nothing but in the consortium 1980s or 90s, what we coined as essential skills. Whatever you name you call it, it remains that medical education is highly skill-oriented and skills will give them capacity. This is on leadership. Leadership is one of the very forgotten subjects, because we think that leaders means a person just technical skills is leader. No, technical skill is definitely a must, but he he must train others in the technical skills, and he must empower others. So that requires the concept of leadership, which I could probe into this field with collective effort again. Here you will see, I must remember Dr. Anantanaran, who passed away. In fact, he's the NTTC faculty. We had very long association. We had worked on this leadership workshops. The best part of my SBV experience is that we could empower, and our students became the heroes. For example, here you will see Dr. Sendil, the first batch of PGTHP, who was made in charge of the IPR cell. And he was such a dynamic person. He did a lot of work in this. And afterwards, whenever there was a request from others, for example, Pavanagar told Dr. Chinmay Shah, again, I will come to him a little later. He was interested. Sir, हमारे लोगों को IPR के बारे में बताइए. We went there, we conducted a course. Now, AIMS, Kalyani, new AIMS, fresh with ideas, they wanted to know what is IPR. So Dr. Sunita Wagha from Dattamegi and myself and Dr. Hoti, he is from ICMR. So we conducted a workshop for Kalyani, AIMS Kalyani. We told them, new AIMS, you don't follow the old blueprint. You make your own path. You see your plus points and you have got tremendous potentiality to go in this line. That is how we could do it. This is a workshop on educational research. You can see Dr. Sivan from Coimbatore, Shivashakti, myself, Sanjay Bedi. Jyoti Nagmurthy, again, a person from KLE Pelgam. She is very close associated with us. So that is the workshop. And this is again, I told about Nalin. Nalin, we had a lot of association. Nalin told we have to sensitize Rishikesh AIMS. During that time, Dr. Ravikant was the director of. Dr. Ravikant, already I knew him in Saudi Arabia, and he believed that Adkoli and Nalin would make some good team. So he called us, we organized a workshop on assessment. So that is how, we. So the collaboration, the last part is ATLS. It's a new wing of opportunities provided to me. I must thank Dr. Mishra. Dr. MC Mishra, who is the director of AIMS. And he told me, Adkoli, we have to focus on capacity building for trauma care in India. So he is the visionary of trauma care through a chain of ATLS. ATLS started with American College of Surgeons. They have the franchise. In India, we have customized, and Dr. Mishra took the lead of starting centers after centers, both provider course and instructor course. The course is held at 2 levels. Educator comes into the picture at the instructor level. And for educator, as the luck would have it, he wanted only PhD qualified. It is the, I don't know what to call it, the Western concept that, if you have to teach pedagogy, you require educator. That is their concept. I don't believe in that. I believe that context is important. Medical persons should become medical educators. I am very clear about it. But our role is to help them, to orient them to the pedagogy. That is what we could do it collectively. So I am very much thankful to Dr. Mishra. Even now, though I have tapered many of the academic assignments, this is one assignment still hanging. Whenever there is a course, he will hang me up. Adkoli, udhar jana hai aapko, Jodhpur jana hai. So I cannot refuse, because there is also love and affection from this network of ATLS. And one person I could give to ATLS is Dr. Amita Ray. She is a gynecology person, and she was working with me on the book project, which I'm going to take up next one. And that is how I realized the potentiality of Amita Ray, and she is the educator now. Coming to the publications, the story of faculty development in India, as I told, it is not my story. If you consider the number of books written by here, Dr. Tejinder is the real hero who has written on everything. He has written on principles of medical education, and his monumental book is assessment. this one, assessment in medical education, we could contribute chapters to it. Then assessment in medical education, we started with Rita Sood and Vinod Paul, way back in 98. This is the second book. This book has not seen much publicity, but we enjoyed working on this book. Dr. D.K. Srinivasa and Sethuraman and Anant Krishnan and Santosh, they are very fond of this book. And the NTTC book, Medical Education, which is still read by people and which is a great success. Perhaps this is a book by Dr. Sethuraman's individual expertise and communication skill also, because he is a institution by himself. So with the exception of Dr. Sethuraman, most of the work in which I was involved is all multi-author books. And even thesis writing, Tejinder took the lead and he asked me to write the first chapter on research. Again, coming back to Parija, effective medical communication, I had no experience in writing books, especially international books. Dr. Parija told, Adkoli, you have the potentiality. We have an offer from Springer. Springer is one of the leading publishers in the world. We have an offer. Can we write? I did not tell no. So yes, sir, we can write. Then, but by the time we started writing, we came to know the intricacies. But one thing I learned from Dr. Parija is make a template, make a structure, make a team, and when things will go on its own. That's the thing which I learned from him. So the last book which we wrote, recent book, is Medical Education Research, Theory, Practice, Publication, and Scholarship. I'm very, very happy that I could manage this book during COVID time. Thanks to the team again. Sanjay Bedi gave the forum MU India. Amita Ray was my co-editor. We worked almost 1 year on day-to-day basis. Medha Joshi, you know, she's again very lovable, affectionate critics. Whenever I want something to be criticized, I take help of Medha. Then Nirmala Rege is another person who is also affectionate. At the same time, she gives very good advice. Chinmay Shah is a very dynamic person. Herschel, he is in Mauritius. Herschel is a community medicine, very dynamic person, and he has made this slide. I just give the concept. You can see Buddha in the background. That is the beauty of Herschel creativity. He is not there today, but I will share with him my work tomorrow. So, preparing leaders for tomorrow. Our job is over as long as we have a people to trust, delegate, and continue the leadership. You see the smiling face of Sukanto Sarkar. He has joined AIMS. So he is doing a great work. The first thing he told, sir, I want your team to come and conduct a workshop. Like that, Vijay Kautilya, he is not in the picture. Recently, the forensic medicine, he organized a national workshop, Aficon, and he called me to talk about the curtain raiser of blueprinting, because blueprinting, you know, Narayan and Deepak and we work together very closely in Balaji. Parthanand is another person. Now he is still in, I think still in Gulf, Middle East, very dynamic person, and we had the pleasure of working with him. So, coming to the final station, it is Bangalore. And I must tell you, the formula, when you have time, you please go through S5 formula of leadership development at Adkoli. This is my giving back, you know, because the leadership starts with sankalpa, very strong sankalpa to do something impossible. Self-study, ask yourself, learn yourself, introspect yourself. School study you require for feedback, mentoring, you require gurus. I was lucky to get guru like D.K. Srinivasa, who could always correct me. No, that is the beauty of what satsang. I call it academic satsang. And this lead to service. Service, first you start with self-service, and you will give service to the society. And the last stage of surrendering, samarpan. So we have reached this stage of samarpan. But I end with the quotation from Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is a process. And working together is a success. So in the journey which I had the pleasure of last 40 years, it was all joining together, people coming together and staying together for some time and working together for a cause, and that is a success. Thank you very much. I think I can stop share. Sanjay, can I stop sharing?
Yes, sir. Please stop sharing.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, sir. I think it was the most comprehensive story of how medical education developed in India from your perspective, and with the presence of Dr. D.K. Srinivas, Dr. Avinash Supe, sir, Dr. Tajinder. I mean, the entire galaxy is present here today. Many of whom have been mentioned. Now we, on behalf of MEU India, Tajinder sir, would you like to say something?
Yes.
I think Dr. Adkoli has not left anything for me to say. Very well done, sir.
Yes, sir.
But yes, I will say, request Sanjay to present as a token of our appreciation the certificate for this oration as well as for Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, Dr. Tejinder. You have humbled me. In fact, you are my icon of inspiration. But क्या बोल सकते हैं? I don't have words.
So, on behalf of the team from MEU India, we feel honored in presenting Dr. Adkoli with the Rita Sood Memorial Oration. And on the topic, I want peace, it was more like a peace comes from a job well done, a life full of action, and finally there is surrender. And also we feel honored in presenting him the Lifetime Achievement Award. And thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
This.
Yeah. Sanjay, I forgot to mention about Suchita. She was also very close associate of mine. But somehow when I share the certificate, I'm receiving certificate from Suchita.
Yes.
Sorry. Tejinder, Meda, Rege, and Sanjay. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So with this, we close this session.